Okay. We are back. Rachel. So while you was gone, I took a phone call, but I also uploaded this. So if you can see, you can put 50 sources. I'm going to show you right here. See, source limit is 50. Do you see? Oh, you can't see that over there out of 50, right? So I get 50 sources. Sorry, I'm chewing nicotine gum. Just keep my buzz up. I get my nicotine gum to keep my buzz up. Anyways, so I want you to look at the kind of files you can upload. It's worth noting. So you can do Google Docs, Google Slides, a regular website. Remember, it only covers the visible items in the website. And you can do YouTubes, but it only works on YouTubes where you can pull the transcript. And then you can always just paste text. So here we are. This is trained everything on DEAC. This is Education Accreditation. So now what we can do is we can create, and this is just on that one website. So we can create study guides, facts, briefing, document, and a timeline. And then I can say, what is the process for an online education company to become an accredited online education school? Boop. And I want to show you something as well that's pretty cool. So while it does that, we already have a few documents on the side here it's already created. I'm not creating the audio just yet, though I will in a moment. So I want to show you that. So okay, it's got all these sources. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and say that to note without even looking at it. So everything is in here, right? What I was asking for you to create. So what I want to do, with all of the respect, my love, is I'm going to pull up what you gave to me. So give me just 1 second here. In my 100,000 windows. Do I not? Do I not? Okay. I'm gonna look for your name. Shell. And there you are. Research update. Okay. So here is the research update. Now, again, I did not find this to be sufficient for what I wanted out of you. But I'm going to pull it up. And I want you to see what I wanted to get from you, so you can understand why I'm not satisfied. One thing's one, you did not organize the tabs. Now, you didn't use the Word document instead of a Google Doc. So thing one, I, Jessica, prefer, if you're going to send a document, send it as a Google Doc, because then you can organize it in the tabs here more effectively, and that helps me. This is a 16-page document, and I have to scroll through all this to find what I'm looking for. I don't like that. And neither will your client. Okay, here's an example. I'm gonna pull up an example of a beautifully organized document, and I did not make it. So just so you understand that I'm not like Jessica's perfect and Rachel sucks. I'm not saying that. Okay, let me show you a document that was done beautifully. This is for the generative AI course. Okay, the one I'm trying to get you all to take with me. Anyways, so you see how I just want to show you the tabs. Are you seeing these tabs and how beautifully they're organized? Student resources, curriculum outline, blah, links to stuff, prerequisite knowledge, Python for beginners, full course, PyTorch for beginners, full torch, a full course, CSS, all this stuff. So I have a separate one I have made here. I've already shared it with you guys for Gen AI Essentials, right? I'm actually just realizing that I have left a couple courses out. So I am going to, real quickly, add these sources right here to my generative AI one, right? And there it is. So, but I just want to get back to where I pulled this up for you, which is not to show you the video, but to show you what I'm talking about when I talk about formatting. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about formatting and why I like Google Docs. Okay, because look at the people who are on it. Sorry, look at the people who are on it. There's me plus 13 total viewers, which includes me. I'm one of them. There's often more than that. All information is here. It's already linked. It's structured. Project details, links, structure, websites. I'm gonna copy that and see if that's a video. It's like a video to something important. We can go. Oh, Japanese for beginners. I don't need that. I know how to speak Japanese enough. Anyways, so this is that. He has the grading rubric. It's work in progress. We have another rubric here. Fact page. But what's important is see how he has links inside of his own document. That's what's nice, right? And how it went back here. So you want the grid, you want the fact page. It actually links you back to other parts. It has a chart, rubric, right? All this and it helps. And also too, these are separate little things. So I can click through these to get down here. And can close it. Go to code of conduct. Click down on the side and get all the different parts of the code of conduct, right? Projects that are going on. Boop. He went through these, the 100s, the 200s, the 400s, this one, right? Boop. The groups, right? Latino groups, Grupo Los Latinos son aquí. Organizer resources. So this is to help the other team. You want to be guest instructor, here's how. So this is how you can help. Sponsorship, deals, affinity groups. 日本語の話するのは言っていなさ。ありがとう。テクノインストラクターの日本語をしてるわ。ありがとうございましたの。Right? And then whatever else they want to put there. There's nothing really, just a little stuff about Andrew. He's put nothing there, right? So I just want to show you, this is what I'm going to talk about the formatting. When I seem pressed, is this stuff. Is this stuff I'm looking for, right? This is why I like Google Docs. So I'm done ripping. I just wanted to give you that so you understand what I'm talking about. So when I say to you, I didn't think this is sufficient, it's because I'm comparing it to this. This is the gold standard. This is the diamond standard. And if you look back, I am sorry about the chewing. I hear me chewing. I don't even like the sound of me chewing, but this is actually helping me think. So we're gonna deal with it. Okay, we all are. Not this one. I'm gonna pull up my staff notes. Here it is. So you see what I'm talking about. So you notice how, now to be fair, I've got this all under one thing. I might probably, maybe, start putting it under separate tabs to make it easier for you to look at, right? Because I realize going through is that this is not sufficient. This is better than nothing, but some of our meetings are going to be longer than others. So I'm probably going to start shifting this to more tabs, or like 2024, 2025, something, okay? So I'm not saying I'm perfect at this. That's why I wanted to point out this. This is what I call perfection. This is what I'm doing, which is close, all right? This is what you did. Again, I'm not trying to rip you apart, because all you have to do for this is go do title and apply, title to it. And then I would get the title, see? And then blah, 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 blah. I can tell looking at this document, my dear, that you more or less copy pasted a well done GPT or some other comparable thing. And there's nothing wrong with that, except for a couple things. And this is why we're doing this whole thing, to keep our time respected, because I have things to do. So do you. But I want you to see. So let's go pull back to the book I made about just DEA. I'm just talking about the accreditation process here, right? Like, it looks to me like you said This your response looks to me like you wrote into one of the chat or to Claude. I need to present to. I'm with the company JWM Content LLC, and I'm here. I need to present to the founder the process of accreditation for our online company. Please help. And see what this does not do. Phase one. Let me walk you through this document a little bit to help you see why I have a problem with it, because I want you to know how to do better in the future. So we discussed the format. I prefer Docs, Google Docs, because we can talk on them, right? Because now if I were to make comments, I have to convert this into a Google document and I have to come share it with you. And then my comments can pop up. That's too many steps. The more steps, the less likely it's going to happen. I need you to think about that with me. The more steps you ask me to do things. Remember how I showed you I got hella microphones? This is the microphone I'm talking on right now. I've got hella microphones and all these different, I got like all the headphones that are hanging out over there and all the microphones and microphone here, microphone there, microphone there, here, there, and the third. Okay. Earlier today, Saturday, I had a Zoom meeting on one side of the screen. On one side of my screen, I had a Zoom meeting in one set of headphones. On the other side of the screen, I was doing my generative AI course on a different set of headphones. For a good hour, I had one headphone on each ear. Okay. So I am functioning on an unusually high level. I'm aware. In order I need you to be able to feed me at my high level. I'm aware that I'm asking too much from you. And I'm especially asking too much from you if I haven't gone through with you the process of what I'm looking for. I want you to know that my method thus far has been intentional. This is intentional. This is how I've been assessing you. I'm sharing this with you so you can learn how to assess others. Okay? So, what you gave to me compared to the first iterations is miles above, leaps and magnitudes better. You are improving. You are doing well, Ray Shell. You're doing well. You are doing good. You are doing A level, A plus for a regular class. I am in AP class. I need an AP A plus. You follow? So I'm showing you this is above and beyond for regular. I need AP, advanced from this. I'm showing you how. Okay? So I've gone over how to do some of the research. Okay? I'm not done, but I'm gonna show you how to convert your research, the research you can do here, into a better document here. So let's do this together. Okay? Bear with me. So gum is over. Gum is no longer helpful. You can see it right there because it may choose some more gum. All right. So first things first. Let's go over what I was looking for is probably what this is just giving me. So let's go look at what we got here. What are the steps? Right? What is the process for online education company to become an accredited online education school? Voluntary, peer review. Preparing the key person institution must prepare. Let's compare quality. Let's compare what we got here. So where from the very beginning, I could tell you were going wrong. Let me get you in focus. Is because again, this is meant to be constructive criticism here, not I hate Rachel. I love you. Okay. Anyways, platonically and professionally. So all I needed was this question answered. What is the process for an online education company to become an accredited online education school? What you started with is how it benefits me. I don't need this shit. I need this shit. And this timeline, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 5, timeline, 15 months, cost, all this money. Where is this coming from? Review standards, define your objectives, align with requirements. That's easy. Form a working committee for documentation compliance. Consultants and legal review. This is a question you should have asked here. We're going to go through. I'm going to show you what I mean. It says Okay, then development. Define curriculum, prepare policy, documents, paying for curriculum software. Pay who? Pay what? I don't get it. Submit documents, engage with accreditor, application fees. Great. Which fees? Why is it one? I need to know the exact amount that we are going to pay. Okay? Collect feedback, make adjustments, test the program with a small group. This part is easy. Who am I paying this money to and why? Where is this money coming from? Who's it going to? Launch the program, promote certifications, transfer credits, track business. That's I don't need this part. I don't need this part. I need the get the accreditation part. What this is not showing me is at what point am I accredited? Right? Did I become accredited here? Is this the part where I became an accredited course? Because all I needed was 1 through 3. I don't need part 4. Don't get me wrong. This is for later. I needed this part. Okay. Then you gave me what are the agencies? Which one's for us? I know about this one. I heard about this. I know about this one. But which one? Excuse me. Each one has different things. Which ones? I chose distance education accreditation because we're an online school. We're not in person. It's not even on here. So do these work with, this one says measurizing incomes, accreditations for continuing education. Great. But what you didn't tell me, I remember the questions that I gave you. How do I become accredited? What are the exact steps? With which organizations do I need to become accredited by? How long is it going to take for me to get this accreditation? Never answered these exact questions. Okay, so let's break down the cost breakdown. Great. But again, we're a consulting company. Which company are we consulting with? Who's doing my legal review? Who do I call? This is what I need to know. This is good for you to know so that you can get me the rest of the information that I need. Okay? Outreach strategy. This is useful. Okay? Sort of. Okay. Contact information. You did not tell me which one of these. Am I contacting all 4 of these? This is all the accreditation information you gave me, right? From here on, you went to Slack. So I only got 2, 3 pages out of you. 4 pages. I got 4 pages that did not answer my question. Respectfully, Michelle. Sorry, Rochelle. Now I call me Michelle. My bad. Shell. I'm tempted to call you Ray because I'm gonna keep calling you Ra. Anyways, Ray, Shell. I'm sorry. It's just confusing for me to have a Shell. Anyways, you never answered my questions, my baby. You did not answer. You gave me. You just gave me the. And this is why. I've also shown you how here to get your own LLM. Okay. So I already did a video on that. I've already posted how to make this and how to do this yourself. It's very easy as long as you have about 30, 40 gigabytes of space. It sounds like a lot, I know. But if you at least, I'd say at least 10 gigabytes of space in your computer to do this properly, okay? You need at least 10 gigabytes of space, you can do this yourself. And then the beauty of it is you can have I have access now to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 models to ask these questions to. Now, of all of these models, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 5 and 6 are the ones that connect to. This one is meant to handle visual information. This is a coder. This is a math one, right? So we're not going to use the coders and the math ones to do stuff, right? The instructions ones are good at following instructions, which is not bad. Okay, this one I think is probably going to be the better one. And this one's a coder, but this one can handle instructions. This one can handle instructions. This one I think it would be the good one to ask for, like, rewrite everything because it can take so much content. Okay, I'm gonna move past this though because I want to get distracted. We're using Notebook today, so I went over how for the information I was looking for, this was not helpful. So let's go find the helpful way. Let's not be an a-hole, Jessica, and let's go solve the problem. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Drive. I'm gonna put this under consulting. Actually, you know what? We're gonna call it education because I'm stressing myself out right now. Great. So now, right, education. We're gonna create a folder under accreditation project. All right. Let me spell that correctly. Oh, fuck you. You're not gonna tell me how to spell it right. I don't remember how to spell accreditation. 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 You'd think I know how to spell this. Accredit. I'll let the R out. There we go. I know I spelled it right. Anyways, accreditation project. Boom. Sorry, I'm not doing any cuts out of this. I'm having problems with editing and getting things up quickly. And as we know, more steps is bad. Okay. So now we're going to do, we're just going to call this DEAC accreditation process. So now what I'm looking for from this, right? I need to know which organizations. So we're just going to, I'm just going to put accreditation process. This is what I wanted from you. This is fine. We're just going to do it together. Accreditations process. Accreditation process, great. Accreditation. Accreditation. That's what it was. It was T. Anyways, accreditations process. Sorry to make you have to go through me doing the formatting, but I need you to see the formatting is part of the point because look at that. Boom. Accreditations process. Great. So now we're going to start. Now I'm going to go actually to my reasoning models, and I'm going to ask it. I'm going to create a new chat, and I'm going to call this how does I'm going to say, okay, I am the founder of JWM Concepts LLC and an AI consulting company. We are looking to establish ourselves as an accredited, whatever. Thank you. As an accredited online, accredited institution for online AI and tech-related education. How do we become an... Okay, so then the questions I have for it. What which bodies, and this is a problem that might be better for Perplexity, okay, but which accrediting bodies or organizations do we need to be accredited by in order for our school to be considered to be eligible to receive EVE government funding such as Pell Grants, FAFSA funds, student loans, and to get to be internationally recognized as an official education institution? Let's get that question out. And we are asking DeepSeek Gwen to do that one. Okay, this is a reasoning one. DeepSeek are still Gwen, and it's going to think this one through. While we're doing that, this is going to help me. This is actually going to help me answer the question that I'm looking to get answered, right? This is the one that has the basic information. Now, to help us, because this cannot access the internet, this can only access what we've given it. As it's a notebook, can only access the information that we've given it. So we're going to use one more tool, and that's Perplexity. Perplexity AI, okay? Because Perplexity does connect to the internet. So I am the founder of an AI consulting company that teaches courses online about AI and tech. What are the bodies that can grant us an accreditation that will be accepted by the U.S. Department of Education, so that our students can use Pell Grants, student FAFSA, and so that our school will be recognized internationally as an accredited institution. Bam. So we're asking this question to Perplexity because Perplexity is going to be able to search the internet. Okay, we're asking this question here because it's still producing. We're asking this question here, however, because we wanted just to be sure, right? This one does not have access to the internet, but it does have access to a whole lot of information, and we can also ask different questions, right? But one thing that's worth noting, from the response immediately, is that it's only answering my question. And a company should consider the following accrediting bodies. Okay? There is a commission, yay! Bachelor's degree programs, AES for business aspects. This is the Accreditation Council for Academic Rigor and Technology, specialized for online. The Accreditation Commission Business Schools and Programs, suitable program combines computer science and business, offering technical business. Yes, we do that. International recognition, ABET, the THAGC, great, global credibility, distance education compliance. Okay, great. So it looks like we're noticing this one's great for AI computer science for associate's degree. We're trying to do bigger than that. And the TAGC looks like this is what we kind of want to use. And then for distance education compliance, and then the question is going to be, does the THEGJAC do distance-based education accreditations? We're going to ask it that question. And then we're going to cross-reference these responses to what we get from Perplexity. Okay, we never just do one. This one has access to the internet. This one has access to much more deeper reasoning. And because there's no token limit, you can do as much as you want, which means you can ask a lot more questions here. And we're also on the same DeepSeek Gwen model. Remember? This one, DeepSeek Gwen, which is this one, right? We're on this DeepSeek Gwen. We could use a different one. We could use this Gwen model, which is just bigger. This is a reasoning model, which is why I wanted to use it. R1 means reasoning, just so you know. It's a reasoning model, and the reasoning models are good because they can think. They can think more like how we humans think. So the answer you're going to get is going to be very well thought out. This is why you see it's thinking. It's thinking right here. It's thinking to the answer to the question I just asked it, because it's making sure to go back through all of its data. So it's something to think about with which model you want to use. This one's designed for tool use. This one's designed for visual, right? But these are so don't worry about. I don't even know what all this means, to be fully honest with you. But right, it's just really helpful to get this information here. So now I go here. What I'm looking at the first answer here, by the way. I'm going to let this continue. I look at the first answer, and the first answer is going to tell me the accrediting body. So the first question I ask, without knowing anything that I'm talking about, is what overlaps here? Any overlaps? It's telling me the process. I already knew that. But AAC is ACCSC, and then it's the DEAC. So we already found the DEAC. I did a Google search to get that one, right? So DEAC is good, and ACCSC. Now I'm going to ask it. Now I'm going to ask it a question. I'm going to say, I'm going to ask it, what about this one? I'm going to ask it, what about this group, right? What about Are they a good body for an online/distanced-based education institution like ours? So now asking it to research. So now what's going to go do is they're going to go research these accrediting bodies and look at the information it's giving me. This one's a great one, but it's not for online distance-based learning. If you don't get any search, you don't get any results for saying for higher education, right? For online-based distance education in the United States, you should consider accreditation from a recognized body such as DEAC or ACCSC. So now I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to say, did DEAC or ACCSC come up? No, it did not. Okay. So now, what are they saying here? So now I'm getting conflicting information. It says here that this one does, the Accreditation Council does do online distance education services. So they focus, this is their focus, this is their national education, this is the requirements for all institutions, and you can't get government funding. But you're saying, no, it's not the best. Are there benefits to using DAGC? Now it gives you follow-up questions. Based on the answers and information you get, this is saying it doesn't do that. But notice that again, we're on Perplexity's model, so it may not be the best model, right? That's why we use more than one. If you're right, based on the answer T, the JAC doesn't do that. The best one they're saying is CHEA or DEAC. So you're seeking for exclusion, you said DEAC. Is a DEAC accreditation good, useful for getting funding from the USDE and for international recognition? So now, since it's pushing for me to go to DEAC, now I wanted to answer that question. So now it's giving me the answer. And I want you to pay attention to the time. The faster the model moves to give you an answer, in fact, usually the less accurate it could be. The reason why we're using Perplexity at all, despite this, is because Perplexity gives us links to resources. And what I asked you for was research, right? So part of, sorry for the noise, I'm opening up more gum. So part of the challenge that may have presented to you is that I said I wanted the research and not necessarily the results. I don't want to see the links. I don't want to see the links unless the link is going to the exact site I need. All right. But we answered our questions here because it says, now I'm going to ask it, well, the DEAC. So it's answering, let's think about my question, right? It's taking its time. And it even tells you it thought for a whole minute to do this one. It thought for almost 2 minutes to do this answer. So this is what's going to help me on the research. What will help you, and this is something you may have forgotten, is write the questions. So, which accrediting bodies do we need? What are the costs? Well, what are the exact steps? How long will it, let's go back. Will it take? What are the qualifications to get started? Okay. Let me adjust the focus. Those are the questions I'm asking. Okay. Hope you can see these. Right. And we're going to fix up because these are the questions that we're going to ask these AI bots. Okay. So this is not necessarily going to be the one you're going to show me. I want you to see I'm taking a long time doing this because I'm talking through it, right? And not because it takes a long time. Because I'm working with more than one model at a time. They're so freely available that I can I don't have to I can research 2 things at a time. Typically I'm using 3 different things at a time. I'm using my own LLM here on my computer. I am using over here I've got Perplexity giving me data. I've got the DEA one. Excuse me. Excuse me more. So, all right. Now I can ask this question. Yes, DEA, it's good for getting from the funding and international recognition. Okay, great. DEA gets funding, they get schools, they've been approved agency for federal funding, recognized in 1959, international recognition. Right. It's recognized, it's recognized, it's recognized, it's recognized. So now I'm going to question. So according to this, it doesn't work for educational institutions. The JAC doesn't. And then according to this, DEAC is. Okay. So now the question, let's go hear what the answers we got here. Now this one's actually doing a good amount of work. Can I use the DEAC instead? Now it says, based on the thought process, here's a concise summary. DEAC is good, but do they actually work good for AI? The JAC is recognized for handling AI, and it includes all the things. Making sure your program can do that. Making sure your clients with government funding, international recognition, right? Okay. Sticking to the JAC seems to make more sense. Okay, great. How and now I'm going to ask this one because it can ask the internet. So now I'm going to ask this one. what is the cost? What are the costs? What does it cost to get accredited by the JAC? What are the specific costs, fees, paying JAC? So what are the costs to get during the JAC? What are the fees? Look how it popped up the fees real quickly. And look, it gives you workspaces to look. And gives you data. Great. Now I'm going to ask the same question. I'm going to copy so I can copy it. Copy it. I'm going to take it right here. I'm going to ask the same exact question. Great. Now I'm going to ask it, what are the costs? And look how it gives you other questions. What's the process for applying? How long does it take? All right. Are you seeing how I'm getting the answers? So what I would do here, and now to make this easier to look at later, I might just create a new tab. Or maybe just put like the research here, right? What crediting bodies do we need? So we've gotten some answers. It looks like we kind of stuck between the JAC and the DEAC, right? So I'm just going to put TEGAC and DEAC. What are the costs? All right? We're going to do this whole thing together, girl. So we're not getting a cost here. It's the process, and look at these fees. So there's no specific information about the JAC. The JAC is the search result implementation. JAC is a accrediting body. However, search results provide a joint accreditation process. You're going to be looking for it. Nope. Look at we're losing the plot. So who is the JAC? So now we're going to go back up to the JAC. I'm going to go look for the websites. So I'm looking for any information about the JAC. So now I'm going to go look up. I'm going to go Google this one. Audio. Sorry, y'all. Oopsie. We're going to switch to a new microphone. And away we go. All right, I think you can hear me now. The old microphone, sorry, Ray. That old microphone died on me. That's why we got the 2-pack. Ooh, let's keep going. So now we're gonna type in the JAC. We're going to JAC accreditation. And what's cool is that the first time I Googled this, I actually had other groups, right? Higher Learning Commission, close them out, right? DPIP. Well, this is actually the educate. So this is, let me pull this over so you can see it. Sorry. Oopsie poopsie. I'm going to put that back where it belongs. I'm going to put this here. Right. So this is EDUCAUSE. This is what I looked at earlier of all the accrediting bodies at the education ope.ed.gov, right? This is their agency list. So we're looking for the JAC, the Joint Accreditation Committee. I'm looking for distance education. So here's DEAC right there. I don't see the GAC, which according to this, the Accreditation Council, the Joint Accreditation Council. I have Joint Review Committee. Here's the Joint Accreditation Council. It's a former agency though. We want current agencies, right? Current agencies. So this is database of accredited post-secondary institutions and programs, okay? This is by the Department of Education. I am going to put this list here under research source, right? So we got TJAC, the Joint Accreditation Committee, the Joint Accreditation Committee, which looks like all of these put together to some extent. So who is the JAC? The Accreditation Council, the Joint Accreditation Council for independent colleges and universities. So I'm gonna control find and see if I can find this on here. No. All right, so I'm gonna start taking away letters. Actually, cities. Let me do that. And then I'm going to take away the. And then I'm going to take away Accreditation Council. I want to focus on the words independent colleges and universities. Why don't I just switch the word independent? That's unusual. And there we are. It's a former agency. It's not a current agency. It is the one. There it is right there. So it used to be former agency. So this is something to know because this is the School of Post-Secondary Education. So here's who you want to contact. Because my question is, if I'm a former agency, here we are. So this determines, this is what we're looking for. EDUCAUSE criteria. Okay. I can add this to a separate, so I'm just trying to get a .edu, right? So because the whole goal is to get a .edu. So applicants from a .edu registration should confirm that they hold institutional education from the accreditor, when the accreditor is on the list nationally recognized as accrediting bodies. So they have to be on this list of current agencies, not former agencies, which means TJAC isn't going to work. They're right here. Okay. Maybe we're going to check on them and see what's going on. They're inactive. All right. They're not, they started in 1956, but they're currently, so let's go on, let's see what's going on with them. Actually, cancel that. We're just going to go to that page now. We're going to go copy. Sorry. I'm all about doing this as easy as possible. Copy. Go to, opens up a new window. And yep, they're gone. So they don't exist anymore. That's why we do the research. Because see, look at that. We did all this research, and it told me that Tajak was better, but it's out of date information. So now it's telling me to go check out this website that may or may not even exist. Because I just found out that the Jack isn't even open. Yep. And it's something else, the Juvenile Assessment Center. So this is gone. This is why. So this is not hooked up to the internet. So we're careful about this, right? It gave us a website that doesn't exist. So now what we're going to do is we're going to copy this question, copy message, paste here. How about, so now we're stuck with CHEA. And now, so we're asking Gwen, we're going to, oopsie, I think I just closed out accident. Well, okay. I probably overwhelmed it. We're going to go find the right one we need. Oh no, I'm chewing that gum again. I'm sorry, girl. Second gum in your ear. Okay. Right. So we're looking to see. So the Joint Accreditation Commission is gone. They don't exist no more. So that's why we have multiple sources, because we go back to Perplexity. Perplexity had the answer. Perplexity was right. The DEAC is the correct one. I had a hunch. That's why I did a whole bunch of research on it. But I'm gonna check back. This is all I'm asking you to do. Okay. So then we're gonna go and say. Oh, this is messing up my stomach. I'll have to eat something in a minute. Hang on. So now we're going to go to this question and we're going to say, great. So we're going to take this question. We're going to take this question. We're going to go, okay, what is the cost to get credited by the CHEA? Once we pay, we pay the CHEA during the accreditation process. I'm doing this live with you in real time. I know it's taking me a while because I am doing, a lot of talking things out. I also talked to a phone call for like 2 hours. It took me on a totally different mind space. So here we go. Great. So now we got some proper answers. Yay. Now let's go see if our notebook would have told us the same answer. I'm doing this with you for a reason, because I want to help you save time. So we learned a few things. We learned that we still got our reasoning model, reasoning in the background. We learned that, now trust me, these reasoning models are better for thinking things through, going up an idea, and writing. So now we're going to go back to our DHEA accreditation notebook, right? Because Perplexity is now giving us the same information that would have been here, right? Accreditation Council. So you get all the links from Perplexity. So now I can go here. Is this a CHEA I even want? Hold on. Council for, no, this is the CHE. Oh, I chose the wrong one, the DEAC. Whoopsie poopsie. So my whole answer was wrong. That's my fault. Not Jessica's playing. Jessica's farting around. I'm gonna copy that again. I did the wrong one. DEAC. I got all the names mixed up in my head. You probably over here like, girl, you making mistakes. You right. But hey, I'm learning stuff along the way. DEAC. What please was to pay to pay the DEAC. DEAC. Now I'm asking very specific questions here because I want to tell me the specific answer I'm looking for. So here we go. The exact answer. Here's specific fees you must pay. Application fee, $4,500. Legal structure fee. There we go. Per course per program. Site visit fee. Pictorial programs. Right. Non-degree programs. Fantastic. So now I can take this. I want to look at their sources, show all, and then we're going to go click on their sources. Well, yeah, oh, that's right, because it's taking the docs. I want to make sure, schedule the fees. Why am I getting CHEA? I said DEAC. Did I go to the wrong one? It did. I want DEAC, Council for Higher Education, DEAC. Here we go. Accreditation fees. I believe I already put this document into here. I did. Yep, it's already in there. So I'm just double checking at this point to make sure I've already given this the right resources. Accreditation fees again. Done. Annual dues and fees. Yep. For financial year 2024. Did I already add that in? This is my question. This is the Word document, the annual dues and fees. So I'm now double checking to make sure I see annual dues and fees right here. And this is actually going to be more up to date than the one. It's like this is the old one out of date. Great. Welcome. This is education, a CHEA. And then I'm going to add this here. I'm actually going to add this to my DEAC, right? So what I'm basically showing you is I had a hunch, okay, and I'm asking you to do the same thing I'm doing here. I had a hunch that the DEAC was the correct body, okay, and I'm just guessing, but I guessed, I had a hunch, and it looks like I was correct. Ooh, that's out of date. I don't think I want to use that one. I'm going to remove that source. Yep, I don't want an old source on here. And I added the CHEA site. Where is that? CHEA. No. Oh, is that the one I just removed? Let me see. Here's DEAC. Reach out, form. Oh, it's on there twice. Great. So I'm gonna remove any sources on here twice. Great. So now I have given this thing access to a lot of information that I've now double checked with another body. What I can do here is I can copy my research. So what accrediting bodies do we need? DEAC. What are the costs? Here. Bam. Right? And it even cites my sources for me. Great. What are specific fees? I'm actually going to stop it. And I wanted to answer edit query. Certifications provided by the DEAC. This is Education Academic Center. Accreditation body, right? So now it does not provide a possibility of waivers, but there's non-specific implication, but discounts. Now we're getting, they reserve the right to waive their fees. I don't remember if I already added this to the list. I'm tempted to believe I already did, but I'm gonna just double check. I'm gonna download it. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I already added this. But just to cover my butts, just cover my bases, my base has been covered. I'm gonna add this whole source. And here's the whole accreditation handbook. Now I'm gonna ask it the same question I already asked Perplexity. I just want to be sure that I'm getting the correct answer. Okay, so I'm going to copy this answer to the notebook. I'm going to ask the notebook the exact same question. Because now the difference is notebook is going to answer this question based upon all this information that's been given right here. It is not going to, where Perplexity will go into the entire internet. And this is a pro and a con, because we got the pro, which is we got great data. The con was if I don't ask the question correct, it starts referencing other stuff. Like here we just referencing somebody else entirely. I don't know who the hell these people are. Right, this is someone else's body. I don't need this body. That's why, like, our Perplexity is that it shows you the links. It shows you where the numbers getting these numbers from, so you can learn to ignore it. You can tell it to ignore that source. I mean, not directly. I'm not going to bother that. But what I know is that if it references number 2, if inside of here how it represents 1 and 4, if it references, if I see reference 1, I see what's 1, DEAC. What's 4, DEAC. Good. Right? It's kind of cross-referencing all of this, but the 2 main references is 1 and 4, and I'm checking to make sure that's correct. It is. Great. Discounts and waivers, it's saying no. Why? It has sources, show all. Again, source 5, DEAC. Source 1, DEAC. Right? Now, if you look, every single one of these sources isn't exactly a DEAC source. This one is middle stage information about distance education changes, but it's not regarding, and it does mention the U.S. Department of Distance Education. And we're going to open up, but I'm not. This is not what I really want, so I'm kind of ignoring it, and we're back to the same accreditation handbook. Great. So yes, great. And I have another file. I don't need this at all, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that, so I don't muck up my space with things I don't freaking need. Great. So now at this point, I feel confident that this notebook has all of the information that I needed. Why? Because I asked a couple different groups, all right, bodies. I asked this deep reasoner, but it doesn't have access to current information, so we don't want to use this for research. We asked the researcher, which is Perplexity, and we updated. I did some Google searching, to be fair. To be fair, I started with a Google search and a hunch. Then I just showed you how I research as if I didn't know anything. Okay. So it helps to have a little bit of information ahead of time, right? Because I can guide the question and answer process properly. So now there are no waivers discounts. And look at these, look, it's got sponsored to my Whole Foods, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And then I'm gonna skip that and go back to this one. What are fees? What are DAC comparisons? Da, 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 da. I don't see anything I want to know from this document. I copied what I did want to know over here, and so I just have it for reference because I'm kind of done with Perplexity and I'm sticking it to this notebook from now on. So now I am going to take this. I'm just going to make it a note, save to note automatically, and I'm just going to actually read this through. So many fees. Here's a breakdown. A non-refundable application fee. Non-refundable assessment fees. Institutions deemed not ready after initial ready assessment has 6 months to submit a revised and then a second fee. So let's look at what that is. basically in calendar year. So your fee is based on how much you've made. So this is much better information. Whereas if you look at what Perplexity gave us, now I'm trying to see how I can put these side by side on your screen so you can see what I can see. Because remember, you see this. I have you've been to my computer, a much wider screen. Okay. So I'm going to try to arrange this so that way it's easy for you to try to zoom in and see. I am looking on the screen at how small this looks, but I know that you can pause and zoom in. So now I have some. If you look, let's look at the comparison between what Perplexity gave us. Right, initial fee told you is $4,500. Where did they get that number? Right, the initial fee it looks like it's actually a sliding scale. Right, so the initial fee, making sure you can hear me. Yeah, the initial fee is much more detailed here. Initial accreditation fee is charged. So you have application fees, accreditation fees. The national accreditation fee is based upon the amount of, so to maintain your accreditation. Then you have, with no tuition, income will be charged an annual accreditation fee up to $5,000. So if you're like a nonprofit, then they will figure out what they're going to charge you. But if you're a for-profit, your fee is between $300 and $5,000, which is totally fair. So there's the fee for additional listings, or then you got to pay more fees, annual dues, and then you have other fees, late payment fees, and it gives you a place to find the source. So you click the source, it shows you where in the research you gave it is the source. Look at that. So now I can make this wider. Oh, sorry. Let me show you what I can see. So when I clicked here, when I clicked 11, it did that for me. And actually, you can just highlight it and it'll even show you. Then it even goes through what the other sources it looked at. Okay. So standards of change fees, institution charge a full evaluation process. So it's giving you the places where you can find this information. I'm going to close the source so it's easy to read this. So there we go. All right. So now I can ask it more specific questions. I can say, what are the application fees? So what are the application fees for a first-time applicant? Okay. And there we go. First-time applicant. Okay, it won't tell me a specific amount. It keeps telling me a specific amount if I'm on the website. That's really annoying. Okay. So now I'm asking to be more specific. What are the exact fees for a first-time applicant? It still won't freaking tell me. So now we're hitting a circle. Okay, great. So it says cash collected. Okay, great. So it's looking like from all this information, we are able to say. So here's what I was looking for from you. Right? Question: what crediting bodies do we need? DEAC. Right? Boom. That's what I wanted to hear from you. I suspected this was the correct one. I didn't have proof. So then what are the costs? Okay. Based upon the documents, this is what we can believe. This is what Perplexity told me, right? This is not wanting to tell me the exact fees because it's just something I can find on the website. All right, fine. So it's giving me, so once we hit the dead end, which I call this a dead end, once you hit a dead end where you keep asking the same question and it keeps giving you the same non-answer, then it's just not going to give you a better answer. So now let's go back to our questions. So again, what accrediting bodies do we need? The DEAC, right? At this point, we can both answer why. If you wanted just to tell me why, then you'd find one of these answers over here. Which is the best body? So the first answer was DEAC or AASC, ACCSC. So we talked about the JACC. The JACC isn't good. So then it says yes. So DEAC is going to be good for what we're doing. And I can just copy that answer and put that there. I'm not saying you should tell me all this stuff. I'm just saying this is the answer, right? So this is the accrediting body do we need. And to make it easier to read, we're going to go ahead and apply a heading. Whose accrediting bodies do we need? DEAC. Okay? I'm asking you to become the expert on these things by training somebody else to be expert, knowing how to talk to them. Heading 2, what are the costs? And then bold because it's easier to see that way. What are the exact steps? Now this is the question we're going to ask it next. So what are the exact steps? I'm going to ask the notebook instead. What are the exact steps for a company, for a school to get a first time accreditation by the DEAC? So what are the exact steps? Now it's going to look at my data set that I've given it, all the guidelines in real time. I know it's taking a little while, Ree. I know, show. She's like, girl, I ain't got no iron app. You can do this while you at work. You can. And more importantly, the more often you do this, the less time you spend on it, right? I had the answer in the beginning. It was a hunch. I went and searched the answer to show you what it looks like to search the answer. Okay. So great. Now we got the answer. I showed you how to get the information to put it in here, including downloading it and re-uploading it to Drive just so you have it, putting it in a folder somewhere in your Drive so you can find it later so it doesn't go anywhere, but it doesn't clutter up your Drive, right? All right. Here's detailed breakdown of steps. Preparing for accreditation. Demonstrating ability. Be properly licensed, authorized, or approved by all applicable state compliance. Right? Have clearly articulated process. Step 4. Great. So I'm going to save this to the note. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to pop this here for now. Okay. So it's important to note that a accreditation institution that does not offer pre-accreditation or partial accreditation. The entire process can take a minimum of 2 years up to 5 years from the first step to the final decision. Great. Now, here's a smart question. I'm going to ask this. Is there a faster way than the DEAC for my AI consult, for my online AI and ooh, I'm gonna stop the answer right there. Yeah, I'm gonna edit that for online AI and tech school to get an accreditation on that is still that is still USDE for funding. So there we go. So there isn't a faster way, but for AI programs, regional accreditation acts as a federal aid, ABET accreditation. Great. So now, so how long will this take? The answer here is 2 to 5 years with the DEAC. Okay, that was this question here. How long will it take? 2 to 5 years DEAC. Then I add another question. I'm gonna actually just copy this question here. Is there a faster way? Copy. Is there a faster way than the DEAC to get accredited? And at this point, we can actually just copy the answer because the actual details will be valuable. Okay, so, and we're going to separate out the question with some simple formatting so we don't have to do too much extra work. Answer is here. Base Research Jordan isn't a faster accreditation than DEAC. However, right, I never heard of the ARTBIA accreditation, regional, ABET. Great. So now we're going to look at how does where to go? How does ARPIDA compare to DEAC because of speed? That's a great question. So ARPIDA is faster. So what we're going to do here is all we're going to do is focus on this one right here. Bold and underline. This is just taking the discernment, right? I read this. It says the same thing as it already says here. So just going to copy. You're just going to bold and underline that. Okay, simple, great. What are the steps involved in ARPIDA accreditation process? Now, how did I know to ask that question? Because I'm the founder of the company. Because I'm the founder. So I know to ask these questions. I don't expect you to know to ask this question. 2 to 5 years is fine. The next question I would have asked you is, is there a faster way? That's the next logical question to me. All right, so I'm just throwing that in there. And now from here on out, now we're going to answer questions for both organizations, right? Because now we got a secondary organization. So we have the question was, which is the best accrediting body? The second one is, are we sure? What's it going to cost? What's it going to take? Now we're going down the line. We're looking at, now we're getting on, what about ARPIDA, right? What aboutism? Good old fashioned whataboutism. So now we got ARPIDA to go and look at. Great. What are the steps? We got the steps. What are the eligibility requirements? And the beauty again, now we're getting eligibility requirements for degrees that are for at least 2 years and have alums. Public considering purposes, blah, blah, blah. So The difference here is that it looks like, well, we get ourselves together here. So we're going to do process for our Artiba. And we're going to put that there. And then we're going to do textile. Because, I got that basically. And what we're going to do in a moment is going to restructure this using these other models. So don't worry about this nonsense. Okay. Then we're going to do, what are the costs? What are the costs for Artiba accreditation? Look at that. So now, we don't have specific costs. We have learned about this process, and now this is when we go back to Notebook and we create a brand new one. Aren't we excited? I know you're not. I am. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all these little sources and we're gonna plug them into a new notebook. Look at that. And look at the information was right there. I just couldn't read it. Okay. So now we are going to go and create a brand new notebook. And a brand new notebook. And we're going to just start inserting information from this organization. We're going to download their stupid little brochure. We are going to, oh wow, ghetto. We're gonna look at that. Accreditation programs, how to get, you can got some certifications on there. I'm gonna go do the thing. Not that email, this email. Country, United States, America, organization, JWM concepts. And so if you're wondering, I signed this. This one is meant to get business stuff from me. I don't mind using it for mailing lists. I don't check it for real emails to me because I rarely get personal emails to me. The Jessica at is the one that's for me. I actually pay attention to that one. And the info at is to all the people's. So it's already been sent to my email. I just saw it pop on my phone. So we're going to go find it in my email. Wall of windows. Here, this is you. Here we go. Where did it go? There it is. And now we can download that. The brochure that I just went to check my email. I just found the brochure is loading. See it load? Load. 18 pages. That's not so bad. Leading qualification in AI. We're going to just plop that there. My inbox is going to get crushed with these people. I don't care. And we're moving on. So now we're moving on. And we're moving on. Okay, great. So now we're back to our notebook. And we're going to add a source. And we're going to go to and add the brochure. And now I might look at these classes though. Accreditation. And then we're gonna go ahead and pop that there. So I'm not even reading these websites. I'm literally just adding the sources because I trust that I found the right source. Insert. And look at how my notebook's already becoming ready. And what is this World Data Science Initiative? Ooh, look at that. So I'm going to be looking at ways for us to get funding. This is exciting. I'll read this later. So Arbita, Artiba. There we go. Accreditation fees details. We're going to go back to Perplexity and make sure we didn't miss anything. Apply for accreditations. Nice with that FAQ page. I love it. Let's get that. Ooh, certification process. Let's get that. So, great. I like this. We're going to put this into, we're going to keep adding resources here. And now what we have is we understand it's going to be a long process to getting a certification, to becoming eligible. It looks like we're going to need to sell these courses for a hot minute. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Ways we know, now we know it's going to be a 2 to 5 year process for the bigger accreditation. And we're probably going to do this one along the way once we get there. Right? Important link, certification process, form center. Candidate. That's all the response form. Nope, that's not what I want. And we're just going to double check and make sure we don't have anything that we're missing. This looks like general certifications and not even the accreditation process, though. I want to make sure I'm giving the right information here. So so we should have enough, hopefully, to be able to ask it. We know the cost. The cost is $500. Great. So now we can adjust this for a timeline and all that good stuff. And now look, we got two pretty comprehensive guides, right? And here's the thing you could do, Rachel. You could just send me the links to these notebooks. Now I made the notebooks, so but you could just send me these links too. So now we can just go ahead and ask these questions. We're gonna ask it the same basic questions we already asked over here. What's the process to become an accredited school? Right? What is the process? I'm gonna ask it the exact same questions. BAP. Bippity boppity bap. I'm gonna save that note immediately, and bam. You gotta have these degrees or technology areas for at least 2 years. So now I'm gonna ask Perplexity another question. How does my brand new AI education company offering higher level and professionals courses get accredited? What are the fastest ways? What are the fastest ways my brand new AI company can get accredited? What are the fastest ways my brand new online AI education company offering higher level courses? What fastest ways for my brand new online education AI education company offering higher level professional courses in AI and technology to get accredited? Sorry there, Ray. Sorry, Ray. Sorry, chill. Okay. So now we got a better question. Arbia. So it looks like Arbia is the best way. And the best way for us to get it done quickly is for us to go get a World Data Science Initiative thing to get on their short list. And if we can get on their short list, then we can get on their program. Since it's fast, it may not require the best thing for us, but it's fast and it's a good thing to do. Great. And last one might seem like a silly question, but can he have more than one at a time? So look at that. Having more than one accreditation can be beneficial. Having multiple is great. So by having more than one accreditation can help strengthen us. Great. So what are there any bodies local to the Washington, D.C. area that can quickly give my mostly online AI and tech education company and accreditation? And just to be sure, look at that. We have found, we've circled back a couple times to the same answer. And this is good news. So Perplexity is really useful because it taps to the internet and can give you information that's up to date today, right? These reasoning models back here are good for just general thinking, but as we see, its information is not up to date. You mentioned CHEA, and it was like, I don't know about that. Or DEAC is like, I don't know about DEAC. I don't know DEAC. I don't know about that. But I'm pretty sure you want this other organization doesn't even exist anymore. And then it kept telling us how it was the best. It gave us a website that didn't even work. So it's one thing to note that that these other organizations, other bodies, these other models, right? This one's not attached to the internet, so it's going to have more flaws on research. Perplexity is good for researching the internet. Okay, then from Perplexity and your own Googling, I want to emphasize you do need to do your own Googling here, but from Perplexity, you will get a good amount of sources and data. Okay, then you take that source and those data and you find one that you like and you take it over here to Notebook. Then you give specialized data that you got from Perplexity and Google searches and YouTube. Don't forget all the internet searches you can get, documents. You take all that Perplexity is a good place to start because it actually cites your sources, right? So I got the sources. Once I find a group of sources that I like, then I can do additional searching and I add it to a notebook. Then I take that notebook and I can ask the same questions I asked in Perplexity, but it'll give me more focused answers because it's going to directly cite the sources, right? And then if you're not sure, you can click the site and it'll actually open up the source and highlight where it got that information from, right? Then, as we hopefully know by now, we can have the bot create for us facts, study guides, briefings. And the cool thing about these is that it'll make new ones. So right now I've got 5 sources. If I add 10 more sources that are related to this topic, Arbita, or Artiba, I could add a whole bunch of sources. And then when I add those sources, it'll give me a it'll actually continue to update these and give me better ones, right? Like I want to know the timeline. I want a certification, all these things. So now what I have, Michelle, I have two books with lots of information, right? So let me ask it this question that I asked for about DEAC, and I'm going to ask it here about our Art Iba. And I'm just going to put the word Art Iba. So what are civic fees? Cite the sources. Okay. So I know it's taken us like 2 hours total between these 2 videos. You're like, dear God, girl, I got other things to do. But I hope you're seeing that I'm focusing less on just doing the work and I'm showing you how. Okay. So now we've got informations. So we got costs for art via. No, don't spell check me. Undo that. Cost for Artbia. I'm going to confirm and say that's a note, and then I'm going to copy that here and paste that there. And I'm going to put that up higher. Okay, so I've answered, so qualifications. Now we can ask both, what are the qualifications to get, what are qualifications? What are the qualifications? And did I already ask that question here? What are the costs? Application fees, fifth steps, determining eligibility. And I think I copied that in here already. Yep. What are the exact steps? What are the qualifications? So are the qualifications for DEAC for Art Iba. Great. So now that I do it like that, now I can say determining eligibility. So now I'm going to copy this part of this answer here for DEAC. I'm going to do that. Let me, cancel that. Undo that. Sorry. Oh, that's so ugly. Refine that. Just rephrase that. Just rephrase that. Make it look nice. You can do better than that, please. Please, Gemini. I just use a Gemini built in to just reformat this to make it look prettier. And we're going to go replace. Great. Now I already asked the other one, what are the qualifications? Copy that response, save to note. And we're going to see if we can just paste that one and it's saved formatted because we copied it through the app. Great. So now what's the information that I asked for and what did we get? All right, Michelle, I know I'm killing you here. I know I'm killing you. Go away. I'm bored. I'm at work. Come on, do this. I want to chill, my baby girl. You taking too long. I know, but we're doing this in real time because now I'm going to show you the magic. Okay, so now DEAC, and I'm going to delete the perplexity part. Which grading device do we need? We need DEAC and we need EBITDA. Great. And I'm going to ask it to tell me why is Art EBA a good body for my AI, for my mostly online AI and tech education company? So there we go. So we got one answer here, and then we got the other answer, Art EBA. And I'm putting the AI answers in here for a very good reason, all right? Trust me. Let me do that. I'll do that. Redo. And then we're going to refine with Gemini, rephrase. Should have done that earlier. And we're going to call that a replace. Great. So now we got that. Then we got the costs. Great. So now this document, now this is the fun part. We're gonna take this document. So at this point, I feel that sufficient research has been done. Okay. What are the questions? So which accrediting bodies do we need? We need DEAC and ARTBIA. What are the costs? We got DEAC, we got costs for ARTBIA. What are the exact steps? Process here, process there. How long will it take? It's in there as well. Qualifications for both. So I basically feel that at this point, for the questions I asked, which bodies, how long does it take? Can we do more than one? Now we've got all the information we need. So now we're going to download this as a PDF. You following me? Ooh, blurry as hell. There we go, blurry. All right, so now we downloaded everything. We downloaded it as a PDF. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I said download it as a PDF. Don't lie to me. Hurry up. That does not take that long. This is only about 20 pages. It ain't that long. Not even 20 pages. What's happening? I'm sorry, because I'm looking at my download. This hasn't popped up yet. So what we're going to do while we wait for this to take forever is we're going to restore some pages. That's the wrong account. Wrong accounts. We are going to restore the right pages. Here we go. Restore. And what we're going to do is we're going to whip out good old-fashioned Canva. Look at the terrible little flyer I made. Isn't that ugly? But I love me. I love me so much. So we're going to go just to good old-fashioned Canva.com, which is none of these. Who cares? We're just going to Canva.com because I have a Canva account. I am wondering where the hell my document is so I can upload it. This is the fun part. And this BS is taking too long. Why haven't you downloaded my paperwork? There you are. Oh, you just didn't want to make it into a PDF for me. You ain't worth a darn. There we go. Now we got it. Great. So we're gonna go ahead and upload. I'm gonna upload it as a PDF. I prefer to work with PDFs. That's just me. So then we're gonna open it up. Okay. So I don't care. So now we are in Canva. Here's the magic. Here's the magic. So we're gonna go resize. We're gonna go transform into doc. And we're just going to say presentation. We're just going to say research results. Let's turn into research results. So now we're letting Canva do its thing. We're saying we asked the to turn it into research results. So we just took all my notes that are notes from, there we go. We took all my notes that are notes from my research, and it said it did it, and it says it's going to show me. I'm waiting for it to show me. Said you gonna tell you gotta show me, gonna put them in the me alright. What you gonna do? You can do it yet? Show me. Here we go. I am not patient whatsoever. I need more patience. Okay, here we go. So research results, accreditation insights. We know the benefits, the process. Look at that. And we got really small notes here. I would really like this to be more detailed, but actually not too mad. So now you got benefits. So we got accreditation benefits, DERBITA, right? Specializing in AI, USDA funding, international relation, Christian focus, DTA preparation, full evaluation, cost and duration, and it doesn't give me enough information, to be honest. Yeah, so this isn't perfect. I'm going to see, can we transform the research, transform into presentation. So we're gonna do that one. Transform into presentation. Presentation outline. Let's try that one. Transform into a doc. All right. So personally, I don't dislike the summary. I'm trying to do note work. But to be fair, if you had submitted the summary of that summary here, let's go look at let's open the doc. But I do want to say, if you submitted me these results, and you say, hey Jess, I did the work, here's what you need to know for accreditation. Bam. I would have been like, I bet. Great. 2 to 5 years, okay. Arbita's faster, okay. Then this something we can talk about. Like, I'll be very real with you. If you sent me this, you said these are my results. Oop, here you go. I would have known you use AI to do this, right? Now, let me tell you something, Michelle. Right? Let me tell you something, Shell. Let me zoom in real quick. Okay, this is what you send to a CEO. You need to look at me as the CEO, as a founder, and the CEO. I am the founder of a $10 billion company. This is the amount of time I have to read some research. Okay. Again, this is constructive criticism time, where I'm constructively criticizing your work. This was too much freaking work. I had to read through this. You gave me general ideas. You didn't tell me which body to use. And if you notice, none of the 2 bodies that we ended up with was on your list. Respectfully. The cost breakdown wasn't helpful. I don't need no dang on company profile. Okay? I get drafting the inquiry and then telling me who to contact. That's not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. I wanted this. I wanted this from you. I wanted these are the bodies you need to use. This is the benefits of these bodies. This is how much it didn't tell me how much it was cost, but it did tell me how long it's going to take. I bet. Here's another one. Great. Purpose of accreditation. Overview. Benefits. Costs. Great. Now, here's the fun part to me. The fun part. Let me zoom back out so you can see what I'm doing. Not that far. Oh, actually, let's go about there. Sorry. So I want you to see what I'm about to do right now. This is the fun part. So this is where, remember, I started from these notes where I copy pasted notes from the internet research that's somewhat structured, but not thoroughly. I just made sure I got the correct answers, right? I transform it into this. This is the one you send the boss. This is the one you keep for yourself. This is, you do one more thing. Magic switch. Are you seeing that? Let me zoom in for you. Do. Magic switch. Convert to presentation. Convert to a presentation. And just like that, clickety clackety. Now there are other programs to use like Gemma. I like Canva because it does all the things. And this. So I even like this color scheme. This is a sexy color. My branding colors are orange and green. But that's garish. That's garish. I said let's stick to, that's too cutesy. That's too boring. I just don't like looking at that. I don't like green. I don't like that color. Green is okay, but that's too many freaking funky colors. This one's cute. White, blue, blue, white, white, blue. We're going to do this one. Create my presentation. Bam! And this is the presentation that you would give to some CEOs. So let me recap. So, right, so this always needs to be worked on, right? Edit, take out the word title, accreditation. We don't even need all that nonsense. Accreditation pathways for just say accreditation for JWM Concepts LLC. And you leave the LLC out. Accreditation for JWM Concepts, and you're gonna put a little by shell. Okay? I'm gonna zoom out a teens so you can see what's happening on the edges of the screen. Okay? Great. Purpose. We don't need to do that, but it's gonna do that anyway. So right. So this is, I don't need to know the purpose. I already know, but and this is also because you can present this. What I like about this is that this is way too many freaking words. So right. So now you can edit this. You can magic transform. Break this up into more slides. Remember I told you about the 10, 20, 30? It should take you 10 slides, 20 minutes to do, in size 30 font. Easy way to find out. This is like size 4. Like, what the hell, right? So we're gonna edit that. We're gonna make this hella bigger. And don't be afraid to break it up, because we didn't DEAC, and you want to make sure it's the same across as far as what's being given. So if I talk about benefits, features, and accreditation process, I should do benefits, features, and process here. It is, but let's, like, you know what I mean? So this, when I say there's too many words, benefits, features, costs, like this is way too many words. This is a little too many words. I don't need this whole process here, right? I do need the process, but if it's going to look like this, make it look better. I'm telling you for real, because I mean, again, I need you to be prepared to give your work to clients. I need to be able to, Ray, to shell. I'm sorry, I should call you what you want to be called, shell, like seashells. I'm gonna start giving you shells. I swear to God, I'm gonna start. I know me too well. I'm gonna Josh the shit out of you. But you see, but you see how I'm just going through real quick. So great comparisons, strategic fit, and this is great. You can just edit it. Conclusion, final recommendations, and then Q&A. And this is done. This is 7 slides. So there's room for you to add a slide or two about DEAC or about Arbita, or to add another pros and cons. Or what I actually would add here, what I would add is not comparisons and considerations, then I would add strategy. So I would add comparisons and considerations, the vision, the strategy, the goal. I would add one slide between here that says, so I would go through this. If I was to give this presentation, I would do this intro, right? I would chop this down quite a bit. I would probably just say benefits, cost, and process timeline. Benefits, cost, process, timeline. And I would literally have like the word, like I would just I would say the benefits, the cost, and the reason why is because I'm assuming you're going to be presenting this to somebody. So you don't ever put text you don't put text on the presentation that you're going to read in the presentation. You put on the presentation what supports the presentation. So this is a research-based presentation. I would take the text away, blow up the text that exists, and add a logo for the organization. Takes this text away. I already blew up what exists. Add a logo to the organization, right? Put the company logo on every single page. So, example of this is that stupid presentation for DC Statehood I did. There we go. Let's look at that one. So the DC Statehood presentation, I showed you how I did that. If you notice the differences I made, the changes I made to this PDF from what was given to me, I added the logo, I added the picture, added the logo, added my logo, added the picture, added logos, pictures, logo. This is actually a link and a picture. So this is a link and a picture. Logo, picture, logo, logo, and then demonstration. Now, for this presentation, there is no demonstration. So for this presentation, it's company logo. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and copy that. But this is something you can do, right? So you just do that, copy, and I'm just gonna go on ahead and just pop that right there. Bam, bam, bing, bak, boom, boom, bak, bam. Type of shit I'm on you wouldn't understand. Kind of skits I'm on you wouldn't understand. Big dog business. I will not hold your hand, but I got to sometimes. I'm here to hold your hand. I love you. So there we go. And as you see, with very minimal editing, this is ready to be presented to Moy. You don't have to do that. This is what I wanted to see. So we're going to undo that. We're going to undo that. And we're going to bing, bak, boom. We're going to undo that. Undo that. Undo that. Bing, bak, boom, 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 bak, bam. Shit I'm on you wouldn't understand. I'm stimming right now. Sorry, it's a stimming thing. I got it stuck in my head. Big dog business, I will not hold your hand. But big business, I cannot be your man. So we're gonna put that right there. No. Okay, you're gonna be a little bitch about it. So I'm gonna put you. I'll put you like down here. Bam. Nope. Okay. So we're not gonna put that on there. In fact, let me answer my own question and ask myself, what did I do? What did I do in the proposal? How did I add it to the proposal? I didn't. See, there you go. I answered my own question. I added it to the bottom. Bam. So bing, bop, boom, boom, bop, bam. So there we go. And then you would just put at the bottom, then boom, boom, delete. And I'm going to write justify it down. Then bing, bop, boom, boom, bop, bam. Shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand. If it's skits I'm on, you wouldn't understand. Big dog business, I will not hold your hand. Bam. And just like that, I did for you what I wanted you to do. So this did take me 2.5 hours. This was not going to take you this long. I think the first time you ever do this, it might take you this long. And I need you to be willing to do this long the first time, because the second, third, fourth, fifth time, this does not take me an hour. This, you know what I mean? Like this was a research project, right? This took me some more time. For example, Shell, I am in the middle. So we did this for us. We did that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to email this to you. I'm going to email all this to you, as well as the link to this video, these videos. I'm going to upload them. So you're going to see what I'm talking about. I'm going to upload and send this to you. I'm not going to send Perplexity, of course, but I will send to you both of these. I will send to you this, and I'll send to you all the stuff I just made on Canva. Okay. And I'm going to send it all to you all together so you'll understand in one email. This is what I say when I have a research project for you. This is what I want to see. Because here's what I want you to send me. I'm very clear. I want you to send me this. Send me this. In the email where you send this, include in this email that you send this to me, include a link to this and include a link to however many of these notebooks you had to make. Okay? So I'm gonna send it to you so you know what I'm looking for. So when you get this email and you're like, what? Who is this? Who is this FBAICCDH? I can't stand this heifer. I can't believe she's being so disrespectful to me after all the work I'm putting in to do what she wants. And she is pooping on my work. Yes, I am. With love. Okay? So I'm making the email right now. I'm making this email. I'm writing. We're gonna write this together. So I'm gonna put it right here. A shell. I made a long video going over how to do the research, how to format it, and how to send it to me in the future so that you can educate the team and yourself to conduct research, right? You can conduct research and express it in a way that meets the needs of clients like me. I know I'm hard. I'm gonna leave that out. I know I'm hard. Okay? Below this is exactly what I want from you in the future for this and all research projects. Please redo the research on Slack. And what else was in this research? Let me be polite. You did. Oops, sorry, baby girl. I messed with the microphone. So you did Slack's learning. Yeah, I remember that. I don't need this. I don't need this right now. I do like this. I like this, just so you know. I don't need it. I don't need it at all. I like this though, and I want you to keep it up. But just he gave me the wrong stuff. Okay. We use the research on Slack and on Slack/business. I'm gonna say including WhatsApp. Ooh. And on what was the third topic you were doing? How quickly I forgot. Oh shit! You just did LinkedIn Learning and LinkedIn Learning and the other online companies and resubmit it to me in this format. Be careful to ensure that you are answering the exact questions asked. If you need me to resend the questions for the two topics, let me know. All right. Thanks. Then I'm going to put these little lines here so you see that I'm all right. I shall, for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Here are the results of my research on getting our accreditations. Attached is the summary as a PDF, as a PDF. I am also including the link to my research results here and to the first notebook I used here and the second notebook. And I'm also gonna I'm gonna make a note here. Only send these things to me. Thank you, Jessica. All right. So that exact lining here. Hi, Shell. Thank you for your patience because I say that because I don't say I'm sorry. Have you noticed that? I don't really say I'm sorry. I also know that I tend to try people's patience, and I know that patience. I also want to thank you, people. Starting from a standpoint of gratitude, it teaches people to act that way. So I say thank you for your patience. I'm teaching you to be patient, and I'm out by being grateful for you for being patient. So even if you're over here cussing me out for taking too long, when you get the thing, you're like, oh wow, she was so great. So then, what am I going to attach? I'm going to go to Canva. Canva, go to the right one. We're going to download this. Go to share, download, PDF, bam. Okay. Then we're going to take a quick look at it, making sure it's not crazy. Oh, I hate that. See, look at that. It's crazy. So I'm just going to ahead delete that. I hate when that one line throws everything off. So what we're going to do here is we're going to try to move. Can we move this up higher? I just have so much white space up top. I hate it when it's in 2 pages like that for no good reason. And it's like I literally just have to shrink this section. We just do that. There we go. Was that enough? And then can we just delete the section? And let's see now if we can download it in a one pager. You always check your downloads for that. I personally cannot freaking stand an unnecessarily. Bam! Look at that. Look at that. Bam. Bing, bop, boom, boom, bop, bam. So there we go. So now we're going to attach the research. Bam. That's what you send to me, to the client, to me, and just me. You will also send your not this one, sorry, but I'm being an a-hole. I'm sorry. I shouldn't. But I'm gonna share, and then you're gonna make sure you go through anyone with the link. I'm gonna let you edit, okay, and then I'm gonna share it with you, and then I'm gonna share it with you, and then I'm not gonna notify you. I'm gonna be sneaky like that. Link, and then because it's the middle of the night too, so I'm trying to be more cognizant of the middle of the night. So here's the link to my research results here. Do just my research results here. Hyperlink it. Up high. Then now I can close this one, and I can close this. I don't need this at all. I'm done. I might go back and upload these things to that. Okay. So I don't need this anymore. I never needed this. I just want to show you how to make it. I like this one. This is good. This is good for you to keep for if you do present this. If you do present this, you keep this and you can add notes to it, right? Yeah, we don't need this crap. I don't need it. I don't. That was the example, and now we're done. Okay, great. So that's done. Now we're going to do notebooks. So DAC, I'm not going to notify you again because of the time of day and night we are, but I am going to, Rochelle, and I'm going to put you there, J Shell, and I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to share it with you. Bam. So now I'm research to the first notebook here. First notebook I used here. Copy it, hyperlink it, bam, bam. And to my second notebook, share, same thing I did last time. You, I don't know which one you want. I'm just gonna go bam, copy link, share, don't mind my stomach. I'm up all night and nicotine bothers my stomach. And the second notebook. And then we're gonna hyperlink that, and then we're gonna do like that, apply. And then the only third thing I'm going to add, and I'm gonna put here is the training video part 1 and part 2 of how I put this all together, including this email. Okay? And just like that, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to upload the part 1 of this video, and I'm going to link it here. I'll upload the part 2, that's this video. I'm going to upload that here, and basically I'm done. Okay. Now this did took me 2.5 hours. Why did this take me let me flip around. Okay, so this did take me 2.5 hours. Why did it take me 2.5 hours between these two videos? One, because I did take a 2-hour phone call in between. That's most of the reason right there. If I get my mind gets off topic, getting back on topic always takes me like a while. 2, because I'm talking you through it. Okay. I already created one of those notebooks in advance. I actually already did some of that research. So that's why I decided to go through the slower process, because I already done some of the work and I wanted you to see if I hadn't done any of the work. So I showed you through the whole process, as in I started from like, I don't know what I'm doing, not like you don't, you know what I mean? Because in the future, you may be asked to do research on something you really don't know about. Like now you have to redo the Slack, right? So are you able to see a bit now how, like, for example, the one on Slack and all those different methods, how you can take the research you've already done and go, for example, this time to Perplexity, right? You might start with Perplexity because it can search the internet and it can give you up-to-date information. Then you go to a different large language model, like a more reasoning-based one with your information to get more ideas or more reasons, right? What I liked about the reasoning model is that it gave me reasons for why it chose XYZ thing. Even though it was out of date, the reasoning it gave me more questions. Perplexity does it as well. Perplexity gives you follow-up questions. So that's nice thing with Perplexity. Perplexity gives you follow-up questions. It also gives you links to research. The problem with Perplexity is because it scrapes the internet, it does not, it does avoid certain sources like Reddit. Reddit is a good source sometimes because if you want like process, if you just want to like, how do I do a thing? Reddit is actually really good because Reddit has real people talking to real people and bots on how to do things, right? We're all together. So, and Perplexity does not search Reddit. Perplexity does not search YouTube videos. So you notice that for like some of these things, I had these YouTube videos. Sometimes I pull the YouTube video from the source. If I go to the source site and I see a YouTube video on there, I know that Perplexity will not look at the YouTube video. I also know that Notebook will only look at the YouTube video if I put the link up there. So again, so I use the first things first is you to start, let's say how do I get on LinkedIn Learning? You can Google the answer. You can also Perplexity the answer. And if you Google and Perplexity the answer, you'll get a whole bunch of links to a whole bunch of websites. Instead of reading any of those freaking links to any of those websites, all you gotta do is scan and skim to make sure that they are reasonably credible sites. For example, is the site from LinkedIn.com or is it a LinkedIn community page? Is it a forum? Right? If it is a forum, or a community page, you want to go through that forum and you want to make sure that you are finding any additional links to hard sources. So sometimes in the forum, the member of the company, the customer service, real person, or the AI will be in there answering the questions, and they will usually link to the proper source. And what that indicates is that if you're asking a question and you're getting a lot of responses that are in forums like the forum page or Reddit, you're actually identifying that you're finding a problem that most people are struggling to solve. And that's why you're going to look at those sources at all, because again, if a person in there cites a real answer, then it's a usable answer, right? But that's considered like really raw, untested, unverified, and unconfirmed sources. And Perplexity is better for verifiable sources. And the internet will give you both. So that's why you always do more than one source. You see how I did two, and then once you get what looks like a body of research, right, websites to look at, links and things to review, you then can go submit that you can submit it directly to the notebook. I find that notebook is better for like if you have your own journal, obviously that's great. So like sometimes what I do with notebook is I take a body of research from sites like Perplexity, and like that first research document I was making, the big Google Doc I made. Sometimes I'll let that Google Doc be 100 pages. I showed you the one I made that was 800 pages, right? I'll make huge multiple page Google documents and I'll put them together, and I will then make one so it becomes one source, and then that gets uploaded to Notebook. The nice thing about using a Google Doc in that way too is that you can actually edit the Google Doc and continue to update that source, and Notebook will continue to review that source, and which means that you can add a lot more research. So since you're limited to 50 sources, which seems like a lot, you can easily run out when you're doing like a lot of research, depending on what your topic is. And so being able to take several pieces of research and put it onto one document is helpful. Being able to combine multiple PDFs into one PDF, so instead of having 10 PDFs, you have one monster PDF, and that becomes one source. So that way you can have like one Google Doc, one PDF, and 2 audio recordings and 15 and 47 YouTube videos to get a huge body of evidence, right? That's what you want to do. Same thing like with the one I made for generative AI that I shared with you already. Some of those courses are like 5 hours, 20 hour, 20, 30 hour courses, and it's one video. There's a reason why those guys made that. They're AI guys, and they know darn well we're going to take it to an AI bot to help us learn. So they know what they're doing because it's exactly what I do. Okay? So that's how you get the research. So step 1, so you can run this through an AI bot. You can actually definitely pull the audio from this video alone and make a training video from it. But step 1 to doing research for this company is going to be starting with Google and Perplexity, which is free. Google search the thing, Perplexity the thing, use your intuition, see if you find something you like. Ask questions about it in things like Perplexity. Ask questions about it in another large language model. Just know that most of these large language models, including the one on my computer, but even Gemini, even Chat, even Claude, they are not giving you the most up-to-date information. Their data is pulled from whenever it is. So if you need data that's up to date, like what is the current accrediting body, you're going to go to Perplexity and to Google because it can get you up-to-date information. After you've done that, then you're going to take it to something like Notebook. Notebook is now your study guide, and it creates literal study guides on all the data you gave it. So you don't have to actually watch 30 hours of video. You can ask it questions. Then you're going to take all them questions, all the answers to your questions. And in my case, I made a separate document that had just the answers. So that way that document can be reformatted into the research, into the results. Does that make sense? So step 1, do basic online-based research using online and verifiable sources. Step 2, compile that research and submit that research to a notebook so it can amalgamize and answer questions on all that research. Then on Notebook, ask Notebook the questions that are really being asked. What are the real questions that you're getting asked? Ask those questions of Notebook. Then Notebook gives you the answer. Double check though. Don't be afraid. Double check those answers. Notebook isn't perfect. But then you got those answers. You're going to copy paste those answers, the raw answers, copy paste the right ones, the correct answers to another document. Submit that document to something like Canva. Canva will take your research and make a summary. And then if and then pick, maybe do it once, maybe do it twice if you saw it, but you see how it took you seconds. And then the summary of your research is what you're going to send to Moy, to Jessica. Okay? If you're sending it to clients, you're generally just going to send, here are my research results. And here's my research results. Here's my calendar link. You gotta get to know your clients. Jessica does not necessarily need to have a conversation with you to review your research. Jessica can just look at your research and figure out what she wants. And that's why if you're going to send me a one-page summary, I'm going to have questions. And notice what I sent to me, to you, send to me. What I would send to me is the summary of the research, the one pager. Then I'm like, okay, thank you for your information. Now I have more questions. I want to so know you're going to send me, here's a copy of my research. So I can now look at the what research you came up with and get more details, including, if you notice, I copied the exact amount of money it's going to cost, the exact amount of time. That goes into the actual research, which is what you can send. You can send that to the client. Like, okay, here's the summary, and here's my raw research if you'd like for your perusal. Then, because I had a lot of research, to me, you're going to send, right, here's the results, here's my research, and here's the amalgamation of my research. Here are the notebooks. If you don't make a notebook, that's okay. A lot of the times you might find yourself making notebooks. So there you go. Okay? Should I say it again? I'm just going to do the research, Google it, Perplexity the research, submit the research to Notebook, make a document of the results of the answers to the questions. Then take that document and reformat it to a summary in Canva. Send me the summary. Send clients the summary. To send to me the summary document, the copy of your research, and the link to any notebooks you had to make to do the research. Okay? This avoids me pestering you for a whole bunch of questions that I could answer myself. And this allows for you and I to have meetings that are productive and focused on moving forward, focused on what we're doing next week, what we're doing next week, what we're doing next week. Because this research conversation reached a point where I don't need to keep talking to you back and forth. That's why I'm doing this video. Because if we were in person, you would have gotten sidetracked as hell by now. We wouldn't have gotten this research done by now. And you're smart enough to figure this out. Also, too, because now I made a video and I've shown you what to do. You and the team can go ahead and you can make what I would like you to do is to do this for the research at least once on your own. A second time, see if you can make an SOP out of it. I sent you the thing. It was during an AI Surfer meeting a couple weeks ago. Woo! I am sleepy. It's like 4 a.m. Sorry. I sent you a thing where there's like an AI tool that can do that for you. If you need me to find it, I'll find it for you again. But it was somewhere in AI Surfer, the tool. Okay? So I hope this was helpful. This is like 3 hours of our time. In this 3 hours, I've empowered you to become a graduate level researcher. You are researching, if you can research like this, like I do, you are researching at the graduate level. Okay, because the only thing that's stopping you from writing a research paper is your skill. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just saying, like, and you could chat GPT, right? I could have taken all that research and put it in the reasoning model and said, hey, reasoning model, could you make for me a better thing? I didn't want it to because I want a summary. I want the short 1-page summary. I need you to understand your clients. If you're dealing with a founder, a CEO, a CMO, a CFO, a C-suite executive, you're dealing with a president, a P, a VP, a C blank, or a founder, owner. You're going to give them the research paper, that 1-pager, and you're going to say, let's meet, talk about the rest. Here's your 1-pager. The only information that 1-pager didn't have that would have pissed me off is costs. For me. Which is why, for me, you're going to give me the research. Because even if you told me the cost is going to be $10,000, I'd be like, okay, break it down for me, right? So this is where you want to avoid. I'm taking my time with you because I want you to understand how much motherfucking time these clients will waste asking you dumbass questions. Okay? We are training our clients to use AI tools. We have to use AI tools 10 times better than them. I'm already there. So I need you to get there. I'm helping you. And because even if you never really do sales or any of that stuff, right, you're going to manage the people who will do fulfillment. So the fulfillment team, which is Moy for the moment, but the fulfillment team which will be others, needs to learn. Sorry. The fulfillment team needs to learn how to talk to the right client the right way. Okay, if, for example, if I were going to send this to Jarrell, or Gerald, I'm saying Jarrell. If I was going to send this to Jarrell, then I would send him probably the summary research with, I probably would have included more links. I would have sent him the summary. I probably would have sent him like the presentation outline. Okay. I probably would have given that to him with a little bit more information in there. Right. And it's because he's like an employee. He's a completer, right? He's an employee. I'm on the creator side of things, right? Creators are anybody who's in a C-suite level, any executive, even if they're because the C-suite and the founders are not just creators. We're also controllers and we're also capitalists. A capitalist does not need all the information, right? So to the sales team does not need all the information. The sales team needs to know what is it, how much does it cost, how can I sell it, what does it do, boom, I'm done. That's the one-page summary, right? The owner just needs to know what does it cost, what does it do. Don't waste my time. The owner wants to look at it. I'll be real with you, because the moment I saw your research and I started scrolling through the pages, and it wasn't even it was formatted on the page, but because it was a doc, it didn't have the things, and I was like, I scanned it, and I immediately respectfully got pissed off at myself, because I was like, she's getting better, she's going in the right direction, but I clearly haven't trained her how to use the AI correctly. Okay, I don't want to be able to tell that you copy pasted information without going through it. Really. And I need you to stay on top of the questions. Okay. I'm surprised at how hard this was. I just learned how to do this at a very young age because I had some really mean people in my education space. I also, I came from a school that was designed to train executives. Like my elementary school was, how is elementary school for executives? Well, when every other student's father is an executive, then the assumption is that you, as the 6-year-old, you're going to be an executive too. And so they educate you. Did we write 5-page papers? Yes, but we also knew how to. Okay, so I'm going to shut up and let you go on with your day. And feel free to use an AI thing to read through this too. In fact, you should probably put this in a notebook. All right, I love you. Bye.